Welcome to Gel Ball Nobody. Talk about blasters like nobody's business. On behalf of AK Gel Blaster, I'm the guy who does all the warranty work, all the question answering for the AU side of things. I've appreciated everyone's questions, purchases, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Fun note. I was pretty keen to look at the inside of one of the CYMA M4's Kestrel MOSFET. Wasn't that keen to do it in this fashion. This one's come back as a warranty. Guys, I'm very lenient with warranty. I understand I'm a Gel Blaster owner, user, player, blah, blah, blah. If you've modified or opened up your Gel Blaster in any way, you're not getting a warranty.
What? Why? Why?
I will, however, take into account that things should work. The difference I see is there may be user error, there may be parts failure. I've got this back to look at on the basis of, I believe there's a parts failure. Whether it's user error from assembling it, we will find out. Anyway, garbage disclaimers aside, there's this stock tube. He's attempted to put an M100 spring in it, which you don't actually have to pull the gearbox out. These do have a full metal rack, so I'd expect an M100 isn't above them. He has disabled the blowback, which me personally highly recommend doing that, especially if you want to run an 11 volt, another warranty voiding factor. These run really well on 7 volt. New piston O-ring, changed the cylinder head because he had a stack of CYMA stuff. A lot of us these days have a stack of CYMA stuff. He found one that seals better. Mass production is such that some nozzles, cylinder heads and cylinders, even though they're all from the same factory, the same spec, some combinations just seal better than others. I've done this myself too, so I'm not going to blame him on that in any way. So let's dive into it. Again, pulling it apart does void your warranty. I will go through this. If I see that it is a parts failure, I'll still honour it. If it's user error that led to parts failure, well, you know, in the effort of being a nice guy and understanding Gel Baller, I will come to the party a little bit with that sort of thing. As a rule of thumb, you modify your stuff, it's not covered by warranty. Cannot stress that enough. You can put change your muzzle, put a hop up on. That's not, if you're pulling anything involving the gearbox and motor apart, that is modifying. Yeah, again, if it's part failure, not something he's done, I'm still going to help out. I'm still going to come to the party. As a rule of thumb, that's how I work anyway. Understanding is key. Treat your customers how you'd like to be treated. Very nice. You know, in all honesty, just giving this some seals, an M100, he has painted the T-piece. It's got a thing with 50 shades of black. Still works, so I'd be disabling the blowback on any of these I work on anyway as a recommendation for reliability. As always, that is one very charged battery. So what is she doing? These always turn on in safe. That's what it's meant to do. That's not meant to do. I'm guessing there's a sensor or switch being interfered with. Hopefully that's all it is, and it's easy to get stuck into it.
Man, just look how happy he is.
Righto. Same effect. That light tells me it thinks the trigger is being pulled. Let's keep going. These look like really good quality bearings. I was a big fan of Siemens bushes, to be honest. They work well. There was nothing wrong with them. And it was really old man things. I think the trigger switch is gone. Yeah. Squash the trigger switch. I do like these bevel gears. It's smart. And they put a little bit of effort in shimming. Nice work, CYMA. Back to trigger switch. Yeah, that'll be fun. I haven't got spares of those yet. Oh, it's so difficult to get in the shot. There's meant to be a post sticking out of the trigger. I can't tell if it's stuck in there or it's been broken off and it's stuck in there. Those of you who know me with the T238, I like the basic version. Let's go through this. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck! basic T238. Amazing value bit of kit. Thinks it's in semi until the selector pushes that, then it's in auto. Nice, easy, simple. Everything about this is easy and simple. Big fucking trigger switch. Dush, dush, dush. If you break that off, well, you don't deserve a fucking mosfet. Light sensors for sector gear. You build something that's pretty fast and has a bit of torque. Slightest thing wrong with a switch, that'll fuck it. I like optical sector switches. I like big trigger switches. I'm a big fan of optical everything because there's no moving parts. It's just breaking beams of light. It is the safest option. I don't have a full optical version of theirs T238 on hand, but for reasons, we have their quality one. Now the quality one is all the same programming and yada 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 as the optical version, but it's all switches. Tiny trigger switch, I'm not a fan of 1-bit. Sector switch, not a fan of 1-bit, and one selector switch. The selector switches, you know, you round the select plate off, you can't really go wrong. But even putting this back in here, if you catch and drag a switch, it doesn't end well. This one's brand new. I like how far T238 have come, but better trigger switch and an optical sensor on this model, I probably would just buy this all day. Don't like small flimsy trigger switches. Too many people are meatheads, pull triggers too hard, they crush, break. It's so hard to see. My eyes are you 40 something years old, Rock? Yeah, how'd you know? I think it's broken off. I mean, by the looks of it, it's just will be a fucking nightmare to replace just the switch. I'm a customer. This is going to be in a box a little while because I don't have spares of them. Cock it. Just going through stuff, but do have a lot of metal filings up in that front area. Now, there's nothing metal up there, which is really weird. Won't have affected anything. I'll clean it all out, but just not sure what that's from. Oh dear. So people are raving about eshooter at the moment, just because ENC use them, and yeah, people rave about them. Yeah, they're alright. Like, in my opinion, they're no better than any other $600 fucking metal blaster. Yeah, you know, externally they're nice, I get that, but internally there's nothing particularly special going on. And the ultraline ones with these in them, yeah, schmeh. I don't like or recommend any ETUs with switches on sector gears. They're going to have a switch on the trigger. I only recommend the ones like the T238 basic with big trigger switch and the nice big arm. You generally can't break those. You've got to be a real Neanderthal to break one of them. That's going to be required at some point. I could just snip these off. Hang on to that. They say they're conformal. Fuck, your focusing is awful, cunt. They say they're conformally coated. Yeah, I mean, if you got to put all this extra stuff on it, I'd argue it's not conformal coated. There's grease everywhere. Trigger switch is fucked. So that is basically going in the bin. Instead, so we can get a T238 basic or replace that, and it's gone with the optical one because there is no physical switches. If you set these up properly, insulate where it needs to be, they're generally trouble-free. You can't break shit. So we're going with that. There's the fucking pack. Come off me. Come with a nice patch. He can have that. I got shitloads. Booklet. He also can have that. Oh, I love your work, T238. They're now including insulating stickers, so I don't have to do my own electrical tape on metal boxes. Come with a Dean's plug, because that's what all the best are doing. The sandwich, because uses beams of light. All cool stuff. Definitely need to clean this up. Oh, get fucked. I have one. It's out of the metal one we're screwed because they're slightly different. It is. It's out of a fucking metal one. Bastard.
Fuck you. Mom! Fuck both of you two.
Oh, you fucking sped. Install the whole fucking thing. Oh, you cock. Oh, bip, bip, bip. No fault so far. Beauty. Now, my favourite. Probably gonna have to black that out. Right up against it. Plugged in. Safe. Semi auto. Then put some pins in. Make sure that's right in the right spot.
Oh, fuck off!
Fuck off, you cunt!
After modifying several safety latches, he believes to have found one that works.
So try drilling, tapering it out a little just to relief the screw. You fucking ripper. Oh, I'm a genius.
I'm a genius!
Spring is a little stronger than it needs to be, but I think now it's just a case of clean grease assemble. Getting there, gears cleaned. So what you're going to do, pick a little bit of orange, matches the gearbox. And we're just going to colour in our gears a little bit. We don't need a lot, just want enough to really stick that grease in there. A little goes a long way with this colour. I like to kind of grab it in there, really try and massage it into those creases. Expand our palette a little bit. And look at this. It's nice and delightfully stringy. Ideal for ETUs. I think all bullshit aside. A little bit more crimson orange on our sector gear. Now, this is the one you want to be very careful with. So we're just going to put a fuckload. Really spread it around the teeth. Yeah, getting it right into those cracks. Bevel gear we can be a little bit more liberal with. It's where the most wear occurs, but the most grease. It's also the furthest from the ETU. Somehow it's sticky and slippery. Isn't that lovely? Fucking safety doesn't fucking work.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Almost got it together. I never have it all together, no. No. Don't know what people's obsession with having blowback is. Just more moving shit break. Unnecessary complexity. Operating dust cover, I find. And bolt release is pretty cool though. I do like that. Ooh, gotta put some wires on. Whoa, what a fucking slag this has been. Toy. Safe. Works. Fucking brilliant. Does the magazine work? Hooray. Right. Tested, works. I've spent way too fucking long on this absolute whore. So Focus, motherfucker. After 73 shots, nothing but 5-round bursts. Max 304, average 297, minimum 287. Like it's got an M90 in it. Yeah. It's tight. Oh, I'm heading. I'm not fucking with this any fucking more. I just have so much other shit I need to get done. I did replace shouldering with a green one just because they last. Fucked off the eshooter with its shonky switch. Shit happens. We now have a G238 optical everything all set up. Compared to a normal nylon CYMA gearbox, these are a bit of a slag to work on, not for beginners. Oh look, still got gels in it. Yeah, they're on the floor now. Clear. That, because of how it sits in the top of the gearbox and so on, just adds a bit of complexity. If you're new, looking at a nice budget blaster, you're not going to touch it. These are great. If you want to touch it and fiddle with its insides, get the normal one without the MOSFET. Why make shit difficult? Everything works. Where I had a fuck ton of fun, I initially tested it. It was struggling to get any gels out of the barrel. This delightfully resulted in me pulling it apart, checking seals twice, because I just left the barrel in the upper, not looked at it, and I'd take the upper off, shove my cleaning rod down it, and then I looked at some of the balls that come out. They had little black bits in them. It's painted the end of the inner barrel, and paint's gone in it. The paint was enough to just totally kill any fucking performance. If you're gonna paint your barrels, jam a big gel or something in the end, and then paint it. That way you don't get fucking paint down the barrel. The paint down the barrel killed a bunch of alcohol, little cleaning wipes. I got everything I could out of it, and then it suddenly we're back on top with 300 feet a second. That'll be nice, it'll be accurate, and has a 5-round burst and semi 7 volt. It works. Could it run an 11 volt? Yeah, probably. I'm not gonna, not mine. 7 volt works sweet, and still 937 rounds a minute, which is basically real M4 carbine sort of fire rate.
I don't need it.
Let's do a little bit so I can recommend things. Semi. That's pretty nice. Auto. For a stock motor, stock calf gears, and an M100, I would probably stick to 7 volt. That's why I don't like preload. You know what? Yeah. 13. This is pretty angry. Fuck it. I've already got enough mess to clean up here. Safety squints. There you have it. Focus, fuckhead. Don't know why this camera won't autofocus, but I'll get figure it out. Yeah, on 11 volt, pretty tasty. 1300 rounds. Would it run 11 volt? Has a metal rack piston, it has metal gears, has an M100, has good seals. I'd say it would. I would say it would. You see a lot of, can I run 11 volt with this? Yeah. Will it last is the question you should be asking. Not, can I? It's like, can I dry hump the park bench naked in the front of the library? Fucking oath you can. Should you? Fuck no. Last time I did that, the librarian was very rude. If you want it to last, I'd stick to 7 volt. Still a pretty good rate of fire. Like, as far as a stock blaster, like the only things we've changed, seals, spring and optical T238 instead of the switchy eshooter nonsense. Not a fan. Little switches. They need to be very precisely located and mindful of them when you reassemble them. They're just adding pointless complexity to something that, with this bullshit, is already complex enough, in my opinion. Yeah, cool blaster, good potential. You could run 11 volt in it for fucking oath. It just won't last as long. You have to take into account that you're adding that extra 33% rate of fire, probably a little more because it's 7 volt to 11 volt, big spring, yeah, stock motor. Can't be fucking braining that shit right now. Everything moves that much faster. Everything heats up that much faster. Heat, friction, wear, it's unavoidable. It's just how shit works. If you're going to run 11 volt and hold the trigger for the same amount of time on auto, your mags will disappear quicker because faster rate of fire. Your lifespan of the blaster will be shorter. It's just kind of one of those things. I would suspect this would run a very long time on 11 volt actually. If it were mine, I wouldn't be using a 7 volt. But I can fix stuff. I don't mind fucking around with shit. Slag to work on, and the eshooter doesn't have a safety lever because when you put it in safe, that's how you program it. Convenient, you can still pull the trigger. I'd prefer to have the mechanical safety and have it working after probably wasting 2 hours of my life dicking around, pulling it apart, trying different levers, putting it back together, getting it in the receiver. Fucking, oh my God, I was so over it. I ended up getting a safety latch out of a stock nylon CYMA. Fits work street. That then means, yeah, it's safe because optical T238, it only has a sensor to detect semi, or actually it only detects auto. Once it changes color, crosses the beam, it goes, oh, we're in auto now, and then when it disappears, it goes, slides back, it goes, well, we're in semi now. It's either semi or auto. It's a very binary setup, whereas the eshooter had 2 switches, so it could detect, well, when none are on, it's in safe, when one's on, it's semi, when both are on, it's auto. Cool setup, makes it easy to program, no mechanical safety, so I like things to work like they're meant to. And it's the first one I've done, so fuck it, I'll spend the time, do the thing. If I were to get another one of these to upgrade, if the eshooter works, no need to replace it. They handle stuff, no reason to change it. Because the trigger switch was broken, I wouldn't say replace it with the same thing. I mean, I like T238. Go to their website, use the code GBNobody, or one word, capitals, if you want free shipping under their shipping limit. I buy a lot of their stuff. They've looked after me. Support's getting better all the time. Their products are getting better and more of all the time. Their new gears and pistons are pretty nice. I'm probably going to use fuck tons of them over the next while. Whatever suits the builds best is what I'll use. There's a good chance those pistons, I don't have to glue their racks in because they're solid. That's nice. Anyway, thank fuck it's over. On to the next one. Hooray! So here's Gary. Have a little update. I've just resoldered the positive wire on this. Test fine. What I did notice was I had an 80% cylinder, which M4s in this sort of length are 275mm barrel. Yeah, this is 290. So an 80% cylinder's just a fraction under
Wankers!
what it needs to be. Is about 1.5 volume ratio. I've just grabbed a full cylinder out of my CYMA box. Just fits the best, works well. Still a good compression, blah blah blah. Just a SHS cylinder head and a CYMA nozzle. The CYMA cylinder head that come with said CYMA nozzle, the last of its kind I have, and for some reason they have a really short nozzle tube, whereas these ones have a long enough one that like you get an issue where once it's where it finishes, it's not sealing because it's basically past the O-ring. Like, it's dumb. Whoever made that, fuck you. So hopefully now magazine feeds again and auto primes and blah blah, all those good things that it's meant to do. Checking for wear on the piston and sector gear, there's nothing out of the ordinary to note. Bit of grease on that one. Seal is still fucking awesome. You wouldn't normally use a full cylinder on a 290mm barrel, but because it's only got 14 teeth, the travel of the cylinder, it might be a hair over volumed, but if you're using a little bit smaller gels, it'll be spot on. It'll be nice. Yeah, I'm gonna smack this together, give it another test. Hopefully power actually does what I expect it to do, which with an M100 should be about 300 feet a second. It was doing like 270, 280, which is pretty underwhelming for an M100. You'd expect that from an M90. I suspect the volume is the biggest issue here. Should be solved now, so I'm gonna smack this motherfucker back together, see how it goes. Hopefully the mag terminal issues are resolved now that I've resoldered that joint. It was conducting, just maybe not quite enough, I don't know. Just enough to be a dick, I guess. It was working fine through numerous magazines, spring changes and so on while I've tested it. Because of that safety latch and T238 optical and just all the compression testing and so on that I've done, this has been so frustrating. Just so fucking frustrating. I mean, CYMA do short stroke by 2 teeth, a lot of their blasters. The G36 didn't, and I totally overlooked that this one did, rather than, this G36 that didn't. So I sort of chased my tail looking for where's the power loss going without realizing or remembering that CYMA removed 2 teeth from their sector gear on almost all their blasters. Actually, the CYMA G36 is the only one so far that fucking doesn't. What a pain in the ass. But anyway, we'll smack this back together, see what she's doing. I can give it back to him finally, because I've had this way longer than I like to admit, and I like to have. And I got other jobs piling up behind this, so I gotta get this over with and move on. But he was here first, just how it is. Did squeeze one in while I needed a break from this. I let him know. It become this is for the best. Need to forget how much trauma I've endured on this thing. Not the hardest box to pull apart, just not as easy as a normal CYMA nylon box. Eshooter MOSFETs, fuck you and your stupid little switches, and your total lack of support. Let's see how this goes.
Forget it! I'm through wasting my life with you! Goodbye!
Congratulations, Billy. You win most handicapped.
This is bullshit!